Welcome to the International Year of Caves and Karst. Caves are important for the incredible biodiversity they contain and help support. Please help explore, understand and protect.
Bienvenue dans l'année internationale des grottes et du karst. Caves and karst are the best vectors for transversal and disciplinary education for all the young people of the planet.
Dobrodošli u Međunarodnu godinu špilja i krša. Caves and karsts are treasures of the earth. The best drinking water on the world is groundwater from karst areas. Many important scientific data are stored there. Only by proper exploration and building and construction methods we can protect karst localities. Let us explore, understand, study and protect caves and karst.
国際洞窟カルストネへようこそ。Caves has beautiful and interesting formation of crystal and bedrock. They are a special place for photograph and needed to be preserved for the future.
A magyar barlangászok köszöntik a Barlangok és Karstok nemzetközi évét. Caves have great variety with important theoretical and practical aspects that benefit us scientifically, economically and in society.
Willkommen zum internationalen Jahr von Höhlen und Karst. Every cave is unique. Each cave has a unique environment, unique beauty and unique scientific data. Join us at the local, national and international level for cave protection.
Bem-vindo ao Ano Internacional das Cavernas e do Karst. The influence of caves and karst on everyone's life is far more significant than you might think. So, join the US to promote and protect these fragile environments, now and forever.
Pozdravljeni v Mednarodnem letu jam in krasa. Caves hide numerous information on past geological, climatological and hydrological events. Thus, they have to be studied, understood and protected for future generations.
مرحبا، بتمنى عليكم انه تشاركونا السنة العالمية للمغاور والكارست. Caves and karst are our natural heritage. They must be preserved. They host unique beauty, life and water. They have to be preserved for our future generations. I invite you to explore them, to understand them, and I am certain that you will want to protect them.
Vítejte v Mezinárodním roce jeskyní a krasu. Karst and caves have always played significant roles in human history. Although some of these roles are different now, they still stay tremendously important for our present lives.
Bienvenidos al Año Internacional de las Cuevas y el Carso. Caves and karst are important to the world, and the tropics represent water for the communities, recreation, jobs, and sustainability. The more we know, the more we are capable to understand. So, explore, understand, and protect them.
Welcome to the opening ceremonies of the International Year of Caves and Karst from the International Union of Speleology. The International Union, also known as the UIS, is organizing the International Year with our many partners and friends from around the world. On behalf of the UIS Bureau, who just greeted you, I ask you to join us all in celebrating this incredible year. I've no doubt many of you are wondering, why are we celebrating caves? And you're asking, what is karst? The main purpose of the International Year is to teach the world what they are and why they are important to everyone During these opening ceremonies, we'll explain more about the UIS, have a brilliant keynote lecture on the many benefits and challenges of caves in Karst, and share information on how you can join the International Year efforts. We'll finish with an exciting video that beautifully shows the main things you need to know about caves in Karst. Each time I see that video, I'm reminded why I and many others have dedicated our lives to the exploration, study, and protection of caves in Karst. It's why the UIS was created. The theme of the International Year is, in fact, explore, understand, protect. Because we don't understand what we haven't explored. We can't protect something unless we study and understand that thing to know its value and needs. Caves, by their underground nature, are hidden and need special exploration to be understood. It can't be explored casually by walks on the surface or by photographic mapping from the sky. Cave exploration is different from most exploration. If you climb a mountain, you can see the goal. You can see the top of the mountain. You can see and prepare for the challenges along the way. When you explore a cave, you do not see the route or the challenges until you find them. You do not know where the cave ends until you find it. You don't know what you will find, or if you will finish your exploration in a few minutes, or in many years when you're old and gray. Understanding of caves in Karst has taught us many valuable things. Their importance to water, biology, and history are just a few of the ways caves in Karst help us. Caves in Karst are also quite easily harmed, and many problems can occur if they are not managed and protected properly. You'll learn more about caves in Karst during our keynote lecture, on our website, and through the events and activities that are being planned around the world. So let's not lose any time. I'm thrilled and honored to declare the International Year of Caves in Karst as open. I'm now pleased to introduce you to my dear friend, Dr. Fadi Nader, Secretary General of the International Union of Speleology.
Hello, it's my pleasure today to tell you briefly about the UIS, Union Internationale de Spéléologie. First of all, the International Union of Speleology was founded in the 4th International Congress of Speleology that was held in Postojna and in Ljubljana in the former Yugoslavia and today Slovenia. This picture shows the Congress Hall at the opening ceremony of the 4th ICS, and the foundation of the UIS was at the second session of the General Assembly at the end of the Congress on the 16th September. During that day, 22 member countries founded the UIS, approved the first statutes, and elected a first bureau. The UIS is a non-profit, non-governmental organization promoting interaction between the academic and technical communities of speleologists of all nationalities to develop and coordinate international speleology on all different aspects, whether it's scientific, technical, cultural, and economic. The acronym of UIS stands for the Union Internationale de Spéléologie in its original French language. The name may be written differently in other languages, yet the original acronym is maintained. The UIS has some 54 member countries in the 5 continents, involving tens of thousands of cave scientists and explorers. Each member country is represented by a delegate at the General Assembly of the UIS, but also by many fellow cavers and scientists in the different commissions and in the different bodies of the UIS. The UIS has hosted an International Congress of Speleology every 4 years almost since 1965. The UIS has an office, an official office, since 20 July 2002 in Slovenia, in Postojna. Here is a picture of the Slovenian Karst Research Institute, where the UIS is generously hosted, and a room for archives is located in these offices. The UIS has also a website and a Facebook page. You can see here the website link, and everybody is welcome to look at the website and to contact the UIS or any of the commissions of the UIS and the Bureau to be part of the UIS family. To give you a very fast view of the UIS activities in the scientific domain, here is a list of disciplines where the UIS has commissions and has been working for several decades, whether it's archaeology, biology, mineralogy, microbiology or geomicrobiology, glaciology, karst hydrology, speleochronology, physical chemistry, karst geomorphology, paleoclimatology, and speleotherapy. All of these disciplines have dedicated commissions and working group in the UIS for the last decades. The UIS also has several publications. The main publications are listed here: the International Journal of Speleology, the UIS Official Scientific Journal, Speleogenesis Network and Evolution of Karst Aquifers, the Karst Information Portal, which is an open access digital library, the Bulletin Bibliographique Spéléologique or Speleological Abstracts, which is the annual review of the world's speleological literature, more than 4,000 abstracts every year added to this bulletin, and the UIS Bulletin, which is the official publication of the UIS for dissemination of information on the activities of the UIS. All the links are also provided on this slide, and I encourage you to check them and to contact the people who work on these publications for any interest or any contribution. Finally, we are here today to announce the opening of the International Year of Caves and Karst. And this project was already proposed since 2015 on the 50th anniversary of the UIS in Postojna. The General Assembly of the UIS and many international organizations, national bodies supported this project, who aim to explore and understand and protect the caves of the world. Join us in this project. Join us at all levels, whether you are a caver, whether you are an association, an organization, regional organization, in order to put more light on the karst and the caves, to make people understand them, and so to protect them. The websites here are presented for you to check and to follow up on the projects and the activities of the International Year. Thank you very much.
Karst is a special type of landscape with characteristic surface and underground phenomena.
In the following presentation, I will talk about karst and its forms, caves and their relation to the people. When we talk about caves and karst, we usually have the association to well-known phenomena such as the world-famous tourist caves, Pustoina, Mammoth, or Jenolan caves, or stalactites and stalagmites. Or well-known UNESCO World Heritage Sites as South China Karst, Scotian caves, Plitvice lakes, or prehistoric paintings in the famous caves of Lascaux or Altamira. But the karst landscape is not just about shining places. It is also a grey and indistinct landscape inhabited by about 1.2 billion people. In most karst areas, there is normally no water on the surface. Karst surface is rocky, mostly without thick soil cover, and thus unsuitable for cultivation. For all these reasons, karst areas have never been densely populated, and most of the karst regions around the world were in the past economically undeveloped. Karst landscape occupies about 20% of the surface of the continents. Three basic conditions must be met for its formation: soluble rock, water, and the development of underground drainage. The development of karst landforms is limited to areas where are present relatively soluble rocks such as carbonate rocks or evaporites. Classical karst is karst formed in carbonate rocks as various limestones, dolomites, conglomerates, breccias, marble, and chalk. The most common evaporites are gypsum and salt. They are much more soluble than limestone. In the past, karst and caves in less soluble rocks were defined as pseudokarst. Features such as skarn, dolines, and caves can form in quartz sandstone, quartzites, granite, lava, and ice, but they are not formed by the same processes as the classical karst. Dissolution can be induced by organic acids, microorganisms, or chemical processes. Usually, these processes are slow and more time is required for the forming of these features. Lava tubes are not formed by dissolution processes, but by cooling of lava. Geological structures such as bedding planes, fissures, and faults also play an important role in the formation of karst landforms. Many variations of karst landscapes are located in different climatic zones around the globe with different temperatures, amount of precipitation, soil, and vegetation. The availability of water is the most important climatic factor for karst development. Karst occurs in an arid and extremely cold environment, but its development is slow. On the other hand, in a humid tropical climate, the dissolution processes are much faster. The dissolution of soluble rock is the most important karst process. Classical karst is formed in carbonate rocks where calcite and dolomite are dissolved by carbonic acid. The global dissolution rates of limestone are determined by the amounts of water and CO2 available in the environment. Gypsum and salt are very soluble and they dissociate in the presence of water. As precipitation dissolves the land surface, the height of the surface decreases over time in a process known as karst denudation. Normally, there is no water on the karst surface. Water accumulates underground and flows in different directions. Karst aquifers are underground water reservoirs in karstified rocks. The recharge area is at the entire surface of the karst system, as well as water from surrounding non-carbonate areas. In the vadose zone, water is only occasionally present and vertical runoff is predominant. The upper, fissured part is known as epikarst. In the phreatic zone, all voids are filled with water and drainage in a horizontal direction is predominant. The boundary between the vadose and phreatic zone is epiphreatic zone, determined by the water table, which is raised or lowered depending on the amount of infiltrated water. On the karst surface are present various forms, some result of dissolution by rainwater, as skarn and solutional dolines, others by karst groundwater as polyas and leveled surface, and some of them result in karstification in the underground as collapsed dolinas and unroofed caves. The most widespread surface karst landforms are small solution pits, grooves, and runnels termed cairn. Cairn are formed by dissolution in direct contact between rainwater and the soluble rocks on the surface or the rock buried under the soil. Frequently, cairn are densely clustered in larger areas, termed limestone pavement or cairn field with expressed clints and cracks. Dolines are closed depressions, the width of which is usually greater than the depth. Dolines formed by four primary processes: dissolution, collapse, suffusion, and subsidence. But many dolines are inherited forms of primary caves. The most common karst landform in temperate zones is solution doline. A typical corrosion doline has point drainage in its center. A collapsed dolina is a large karst depression with vertical walls formed after the collapse of the ceiling over a karst cave. Polyas are the largest karst depressions. They may be several tens of kilometers in length and width. Polya has a steep marginal slope and a sinking river with springs on one side and ponors on the other side. Their flat bottoms are the result of the solution processes of the oscillating water table. Most of polyas are formed along with regional tectonic structures, and they are widened by lateral corrosion. From a hydrological point of view, polyas are located in zones of groundwater fluctuation. Oscillation of the water table causes hydrological phenomena such as springs, ponors, estavelas, floods, and intermittent lakes. In dry period, karst is empty and the water level is far below the surface. During the rainy season, the karst is filled with water and the water level begins to rise and can flood polya. Karst plains represent level surfaces often associated with base level corrosion. Larger karst plains may cut and level different geological structures. Positive relief forms, such as cone hills, are residual forms of karst surface dissolution typical of tropical karst landscapes. The distribution of cone hills is mostly structurally controlled. A star-shaped depression between individual cones is called a cockpit. Individual, very high and steep residual hills represent tower karst. High mountain karst occurs in many mountainous regions of the Earth. The karst processes occur many times there in glacial and periglacial conditions. The deepest caves of the world are located in high karst massifs. Caves are underground cavities large enough for human entry. They may differ regarding the origin and evolution. Caves may be vertical or horizontal or filled with water. Caves consist of a series of interconnected passages, galleries, and channels with various types of cross-sections. Caves may also widen in big rooms and large chambers, where the biggest were formed by collapses. Caves frequently start to form below the water table as conduits in the saturated phreatic zone. In the epiphreatic zone, conduits are growing and bigger passages may be formed in the karst water table fluctuation zone. In the Vadose zone, mostly shafts are formed by gravitationally flowing water. Typical of the Vadose zone is also flow with an open surface, therefore there are present the canyon-type passages. Unroofed caves are caves that become part of the karst land surface due to the denudation processes. Caves, after they are formed, go through different stages in their evolution, from the simple conduits to the bigger channels and passages filled by allogenic sediments and speleothems to the time when they, due to the lowering of the karst surface, become unroofed. With the use of various dating methods, The timing and the evolutionary phases may be identified for individual caves. The most common karst caves are formed by the dissolution of rock along the flow paths of underground water in different geological settings. As for the origin of the water, karst caves may have been formed by epigenic or hypogenic speleogenesis. Epigenic speleogenesis refers to origin of the near surface, where the water is enriched with oxygen and carbon dioxide. Hypogenic speleogenesis refers to the origin of the water that recharges from below. The water may have high temperature or be enriched with hydrogen sulfide and carbon dioxide. Caves go through different stages during their formation. They can start even as hypogenic caves and be transformed by epigenic processes over time. Caves in gypsum can be of epigenic or hypogenic origin. This dissolution is direct with the dissociation of the gypsum in pure water. Most gypsum caves are smaller than in carbonate rocks due to the higher structural weaknesses. Caves in salt are even less common than those in gypsum, but they form quickly when water is available. Salt crystals and speleothems are deposited from supersaturated waters. Glacier and fern caves are hydrological similar to karst caves, but are formed by the melting of ice or snow. These caves are very unstable, as glacier caves can form and disappear within the ice in a few decades. Volcanic caves mainly occur in basalt rock and take different forms. The most common and largest type are lava tubes. As the lava cools, the surface of the lava hardens and the forms of roof for the molten lava flowing underneath. The term tectonic cave represents a variety of caves, most of which were created by cracking due to the tension or movement of the rock by gravity. Littoral caves occur in sea cliffs, although similar features can be formed around large lakes. Sea caves are mostly the result of wave erosion. Karst natural bridges are stone arches that are remains of collapsed or denuded ceilings of former longer caves. Their height depends on the cross-section size of the original cave passage. After all cave ceiling is dissolved due to the chemical denudation of the surface, just cave walls and sediments are exposed to the surface. By the time also cave walls are dissolved and just sediments are transformed into the thick soil layer. And those caves are not the product of roof collapses. In caves, different types of sediments can be found, from fragile minerals to all varieties of speleothems. Rivers bring clastic deposits, and cave breakdown material can accumulate there. Caves containing ice all the year are named ice caves. Ice caves host perennial ice accumulations where the morphology and climatic conditions allow. That is usually in high mountains or areas with greater latitude. The cave environment is an extreme habitat because of its total darkness, low food availability, high humidity, and constant temperature. Several surface animals enter caves for various reasons like winter hibernation, sleeping and reproduction, or just looking for food. On the other hand, some animals live all their lives in the underground. These are true cave animals. Also, microorganisms colonize different environments in a cave. In caves, various paleontological and archaeological remains can be found. Many caves also contain important archaeological sites. Prehistoric people left footprints, tools, and numerous paintings, some dated back to the Ice Age. People used caves as the earliest forms of shelters and dwellings. In different times and places, caves have been associated with fear, mystery, religion, and curiosity. People have been visiting and exploring caves for thousands of years, but the first systematic explorations and realistic descriptions are from the 17th century. In the 19th century, speleology and speleobiology began to develop as scientific disciplines. Also, the first caving clubs were founded then. In that time, there were many explorations and studies of caves between Postojna and Trieste. In that time was also explored cave Abisso di Trebiciano, also named Labodnica, to the depth of 320 meters, which was the deepest known cave in the world for the next 60 years. During history, Karst was never densely populated because of lack of water and soil. There were bigger settlements close to the Karst springs, and also caves and cenotes were used as a source of water. With a growing population, however, people are causing increasing problems for the Karst and its underground. Karst is vulnerable due to a thin cover layer of the soil, rapid water infiltration, rapid groundwater drainage through open channels, and the potential spread of the contamination in different directions, as well as long-term retention of harmful substances. With the settlement of karst surfaces, people start interfering with it and changing it, thereby the natural balance. People and their way of life and often reckless land development pose a serious threat to nature. Groups of individual karst pollutants are settlements, industry, agriculture, transport, and constructions. Intensive pasture logging led to soil erosion and deforestation. With the replanting of monocultures, primary species are lost and the natural ecosystem is destroyed. Intensive agriculture causes problems with excessive fertilization. The use of pesticides can pollute underground water resources and cave ecosystems, endangering underground species. Well-known karst phenomena are accessible to visitors, but often their mass visits are a heavy burden on karst environments, especially when too many people are present at the same time. This is true even at UNESCO sites, which are very popular. By entering caves, we influence their environments and contents. Broken speleothems are the most common form of cave damage. Caves with pit entrances are particularly popular places for waste disposal. Out of sight, out of mind. The waste, however, can have harmful effects on the caves, subterranean life, and drinking water. Cave tourism causes various problems in the caves. Changes in the environment occur as a result of setting up and running tourist caves. Mass visits also increase the temperature and partial pressure of CO2 in caves. Damage to the caves is not necessarily immediately obvious, but can increase gradually over time, and the effects of cave visits are long-lasting. What can be done? The basis for all karst protection activities is knowledge and understanding. Fundamental scientific studies can serve as a basis for protection, sustainable management, and more effective measures in the event of pollution incidents. There are three main steps we can take toward protecting karst and caves all over the world. First, we have to find and recognize karst landscapes, and then we have to explore unknown underground. Knowledge about karst underground is possible only once caves have been found, explored, and mapped. That is usually done by cavers, who are skilled enough to safely enter the caves. Cavers all over the world often have different interests and may specialize in different caves activities such as exploration, mapping, diving, digging, photography, documenting cave data, and registering the caves. Collected data on cave location, length, depth, cave maps, photos, and other information are stored in cave registers. Those are not unified around the world, but the results of mapping and surveying of caves entered in geographic information systems provide valuable information for exploration and science, and also for the management and protection of caves and karst. To understand, we have to study karst and caves. Their research and studies are highly interdisciplinary. Comprehensive studies of the karst surface, caves, waters, and ecology are numerous. Speleology is the scientific study and exploration of caves. The relationship between cave explorers and scientists is very important. It is based on the sharing of knowledge about the cave's location, maps, and information on important scientific discoveries about karst waters, geomorphology, speleogenesis, and speleobiology. Once we explore and understand karst and caves, we can undertake measures to protect them. The best solutions in karst areas are based on the development of plans for sustainable use of karst and cave resources, as well as monitoring impacts to ensure they are sustainable. People visit caves for various reasons, and it's important that all visits are controlled, organized, and cave-friendly. Nature conservation and the preservation of caves are the two aspects to which special attention must be paid when developing caves for tourism. Guidelines for the sustainable development of caves have been established by various institutions, as well as by the International Union of Speleology and the International Show Caves Association. The best protection of the environment is knowledge. Education is of crucial importance and should be accessible for everyone, from the youngest children to adults. Education also leads to effective cooperation between experts, regulators, and operators for prudent planning and protection of caves and their contents and the karst waters and landscapes. To educate the general public and raise awareness on cave and karst importance in our life, 2021 was declared for the International Year of Caves and Karst. For that occasion, I prepared with collaboration of 64 authors of the photos the book on karst and caves for the professional and general public. With this, I finish the presentation, and I hope that even if you are cavers or scientists knowing a lot about karst and caves, you enjoyed the photos which are from the collection for the book and the year webpage donated by photographers. Now I am giving the word to my colleague Bärbel Vogel, a joint secretary of the International Union of Speleology, who will introduce Cave Animal of the Year.
The International Union of Speleology proudly presents the first International Cave Animal of the Year. It is part of the International Year of Caves and Karst 2021. Caves are ecosystems with rich biodiversity. Habitats are in entrance areas, the twilight zones and the dark zones. Animals use caves for shelter like bats or live their whole life cycles adapted to darkness. And the winner and the first international cave animal is cave beetles. Beetles are the most diverse animals on our planet, with approximately 400,000 species described. They can live on land or in water. The slenderneck beetle Leptodirus hohenwartii was the first cave insect described. It was first discovered in September 1831 by a cave guide in the Postojna cave system in Slovenia. The beetle is perfectly adapted to his habitat with blind eyes and elongated body and appendages. Cave beetles are found in caves all over the world. There are Cave Animal of the Year campaigns in several countries like Germany, Australia, Italy, Switzerland, Spain, Greece and the USA. By the way, bats do not spread the COVID-19 virus. It is spread between humans. Bats need protection and care. To learn more about cave animals, the International Cave Animal of the Year, cave protection and the International Year of Caves and Karst, see and engage at our website.
Dear friends, the International Year of Caves and Karst is a unique opportunity to highlight to the general public the problems caves and karst are facing worldwide. To describe and to help people better understand these problems, as well as the benefits of caves and karst, the Bureau of International Union of Speleology has prepared following promotional materials. Logo of the International Year of Caves and Karst, official website, general promotional leaflet, general poster, technical poster, promotional movie, and fantastic new book. The logo was designed to symbolize the most important aspects of this event: caves and karst features around the world and the year. The website is the main source with all information about the International Year. There are articles about caves and karst, descriptions of the main goals of the International Year, a list of events organized worldwide, and also the logos of more than 100 partners of International Year. Promotional leaflet provides the basic information about the International Year and why it's important. Our general poster is designed to clearly explain the main goals of the International Year, while the technical poster explains the major problems in the world's karst areas. The promotional movie, as you will see soon, combines and shows all the above beautifully and emotively. And as it was introduced by my colleague Nadja, the most complex information about caves and karst you can find explained simply in the new amazing book Karst, Caves and People. The book will be available for sale soon. All other materials are currently available on the official website and can be downloaded and used for promotion of the International Year and any related event. The leaflets and posters are in English, but can be translated to your language. Some of them are already translated and available on the website in other languages. The promotional movie is in English too, with English subtitles. Subtitles also can be translated and added to the movie. You can find details and specific instructions for translation on the International Year website. And now, some of our partners will introduce their activities for the International Year of Caves and Karst.
Mesdames et Messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going on an adventure this year. Would you like to join us? On this adventure, you may see serpents, you may see crawly things, you may see creepy things. You may see things that fly. You may see precious things. You may see lovely things. And you may see things you thought not possible. You may see things that science can explain and the mysteries of the unexplainable. Because we are taking an adventure deep into the belly of the earth. You may be frightened or you may be curious what she has down below. So come on and join me on this grand year-long adventure, and let's listen to all the stories that the earth has to tell. My name is Wesley Hill, and I'm with the IUCN World Commission on Protected Areas Geoheritage Specialist Group, and I welcome you to the International Year of Caves and Karst.
IYCK is a significant event of the Karst sense. Karst Center, as one of the scientific centers of the UNESCO, will make action to support.
Karst science becomes closer and closer to human beings. Karst Center focuses on carbon cycle and global climate change, water cycle and water security, rocky desertification control and elimination poverty, Karst landscape and geopark, Karst collapse. It keeps active, its internal training courses attracted young scientists from many countries. In 2016, our partner, Professor Chris Groves, won the International Cooperation Award of China. Karst Center is located in Guilin, China. It is one of the most classic karsts in the world. Welcome to Guilin.
Hi, I'm Jason Corbett, the Director of Habitat Protection and Restoration for Bat Conservation International. We're very proud and excited to be a part of the celebration for the 2021 International Year of Caves and Karst. These features are critical to bat conservation. Why? Close your eyes real quick and think about your favorite room wherever you happen to live, the feelings of peace and comfort, joy, relaxation that you might happen to feel while you're in that particular space. Now, apply that over to how a bat likely feels about the cave that it calls home and roosts in. The simple fact is that caves are a bat's home. They need those places to be able to safely raise their young, to be able to rest after a long night of flying around on the landscape eating bugs or pollinating flowers, or to go in and hibernate through the long cold months of winter. We work around the globe wherever it's necessary to save these precious places. From the Kanafangi Cave in Fiji to several in Jamaica and the Caribbean to the mighty colony of free-tailed bats in the central Texas Hill Country at Bracken Bat Cave. We're committed to protecting these invaluable natural treasures wherever they happen to be. We look forward to being a part of the International Year of Caves and Karst, and stay tuned as we continue to celebrate throughout the year and share more about our important work with caves for global bat conservation. Thank you so much. You take care.
Hello everyone, my name is Augusto Auler. I'm one of the chairmen of the Karst Commission of the International Association of Hydrogeologists. 2021 will be the International Year of Caves and Karst, and we have prepared a few things to celebrate. We will be publishing a special issue on karst of Hydrogeology Journal, one of the most prestigious journals that deal with groundwater. In this special issue, we'll have 29 papers written by 97 authors coming from 20 countries. This special issue will also celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Karst Commission. Besides that, several of our members will organize courses and sessions at events such as EGU in Vienna, Austria, UIS Congress in France, and IAH Congresses in Belgium and Brazil. Thank you.
Hello, and Happy New Year from the Mammoth Cave Biosphere region. My name is Leanne Bledsoe, and I'm one of the network coordinators for CaveMap. The CaveMap network was formed in 2018 in hopes to connect people from the more than 150 UNESCO Biosphere reserves with cave and karst resources across the globe. We believe that we are stronger together, and we invite you to join the network as well as our celebration of the International Year and the 50th anniversary for the Man in the Biosphere program. We hope you find the following messages inspiring.
Hi, my name is Jed Campion. I'm the President of the European Federation of Speleology. We represent 31 countries across Europe and beyond, the purpose of which is to encourage collaboration amongst cavers in the region. So how are we going to contribute to the International Year of Caves and Karst? Well, first of all, we're going to host our 15th Euro-Speleo Forum in France as part of the International Congress of Speleology. Secondly, we're going to introduce a youth award as part of our Euro-Speleo projects to assist more young people to attend the Congress. Thirdly, through the European Cave Protection Commission, we're going to host our 6th Eurospeleo Cave Protection Symposium in October this year to generate yet more interest in the important issues around cave conservation and protection. So, despite all the challenges, I hope to see you in France this year.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Frank Momberg. I work for Fauna and Flora International on the conservation of karst ecosystems in Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia's karst and cave ecosystems feature one of the highest level of biodiversity in the tropics. We constantly discover new species to science, for example 26 new gecko species in Myanmar just last year. Yet, karst regions are emerging as some of the most threatened ecosystems on the planet. Due to rapid economic development, the demand for cement is skyrocketing, leading to a rapid increase of cement factories and limestone quarries, often resulting in the complete destruction of karst and cave ecosystems. To mitigate these threats, we have disembarked on an ambitious program to identify key karst biodiversity areas based on science and support their designation as protected areas together with government and local communities. We also engage the cement industry to avoid karst key biodiversity areas being mined, as well as mitigate threats to biodiversity within mining concessions. Despite all of these challenges, I'm optimistic for conservation in the future as I see more and more young people in Southeast Asia getting excited to explore karst and cave ecosystems.
Dobar dan iz Parka Škocjanske jame.
The top priority of the Public Service Agency is protecting the Škocjan caves and the Reka River basin, as well as raising awareness of the importance of karst and caves. Along with other anniversaries, the park will also mark the International Year of Karst and Caves in several ways. In addition to traditional cleaning campaigns, we will focus even more on raising awareness of the protection of karst areas, organize topic lectures and a conference that will highlight one of the environmental challenges in our area and aim to attract decision makers. Among other things, we will also issue several series of stamps, one of which will be dedicated to the exploration of the Škocjan caves. Our wish is that together we will succeed in familiarizing the general public with the International Year of Karst and Caves and pointing out the importance of karst for all of us.
Hello, I'm Brad Weiss, President of IYCK, the International Show Caves Association. IYCK is excited to be a partner in the International Year of Caves and Karst. Show caves worldwide are embracing their role of protecting and preserving caves and karst while providing a place to experience these special natural, cultural, and historical resources. Show caves also play an important role in nature tourism and sustainable economic development, providing jobs, helping the economy, and funding conservation. Almost 150 million people visit show caves each year, experiencing and learning about caves and karst. To celebrate the International Year of Caves and Karst, show caves around the world are organizing special events, festivals, and educational opportunities to create more awareness about why caves and karst landscapes are so important. Please join us in the celebration by visiting, learning about, and supporting our world's precious caves and karst landscapes.
We've reached the end of the opening ceremonies of the International Year of Caves and Karst. Thank you for joining us. As promised, we will close with a fabulous short video. On behalf of the UIS, we hope you will join us again in celebrating this year in whatever ways you can. Together, we can make a big difference for the whole world.
Water, the basis of all life. 13% of the world's groundwater is in karst areas, hidden in the dark of our Earth. At a rapid speed, the water flows underground through these karst landscapes, forming in part extensive cave systems. and returns to daylight unfiltered from springs. About 700 million people worldwide source their drinking water from karst groundwater. These include large cities such as Rome, Vienna, and Damascus. Karst areas and their caves can be found all over the world. Although they look different externally, they all drain water underground. In order to teach everyone about these hidden worlds, 2021 has been declared the International Year of Caves and Karst. This is necessary because these landscapes, which took millions of years to create, are threatened with destruction and poisoning within a few human generations. This is done partly out of ignorance. Few people see what is under their feet. Most of our knowledge of karst comes from cavers and scientists who descend into these hidden worlds to explore them, increasing knowledge to preserve these fascinating resources. Caves make it difficult for researchers. Deep abysses, bottlenecks, huge halls, passages underwater, crashes. Cave systems can be very complex. The longest extend hundreds of kilometers. And the deepest is more than 2,000 meters. Despite all of the challenges, cavers bring light into these unknown worlds. Wonder worlds, full of bizarre beauty and an immense wealth of forms. More than 90 UNESCO World Heritage Sites and more than 70 global geoparks are in cave and karst areas. Every year, hundreds of millions of people visit the world's show caves, making them important economic engines for entire regions. Cavers observe, measure, take samples. Tens of thousands of kilometers of caves have been discovered, mapped, and documented by them. This basic research forms the basis for further studies. For example, dye tests to track the course of the water. But it's not just the water that's of interest. Caves harbor valuable climate data, and their sediments house archives of past life. Caves have always played a special role in human history. From the beginnings of human culture to the present day. However, the most recent things that people have brought into caves do not belong to our glorious heritage. They endanger not only important drinking water reserves, but also fragile underground ecosystems. Caves contain a diverse and rare, highly specialized fauna, which also benefits humans. Bats alone help produce more than 450 products in food, medicine, and industry. In 2021, the International Year of Caves and Karst, cavers and thousands of their friends worldwide will promote understanding and protection of caves and karst with events around the world. Coordinated by the International Union of Speleology, the global organization for caves and karst. We invite everyone to join the International Year events in their areas and learn more about the fascinating world of caves and karst.